Find product links below and hundreds more videos on my channel.
Alright, so we shooting?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back. So I'm gonna make a pretty quick video. This is a review of the Samsonite something. I don't know the model number, but I will check it and put it in the name of this video. And that's because I love this thing so much that I want a bigger one. So my friend Stafford, who's behind the camera over there, is buying this one off me. There he is. He's buying this one off me. And so I wanted to review it tonight before he takes it, and then I'm actually ordering a larger one, which will also get a review. But basically, I've had loads and loads of suitcases and various solutions for camera equipment carrying, and a lot of them, yeah, I hate them so much. I hate carrying stuff, especially heavy stuff, especially when you have something this big. Usually it'll end up like 25 kilograms, sometimes more. And hate carrying that, like through airports and stuff, spending an entire day carrying something like this. If you don't have a good case, it sucks. And now I spent ages, I searched so much to find a really good case that doesn't and basically what I found was what I need is 4 wheels. Carrying 2 wheels, even like this, when it's 25 kilograms or more, you're carrying that weight. Some of it is on your hand, and some cases are even worse, the ones that have wheels that way. So, a case which has 4 wheels at the bottom which allow you to carry it like this. They're called spinner cases because they can do that. A case that allows you to walk around like this is just a huge improvement over anything else that I've used, and Samsonite makes the only spinner cases that I know of that are good enough for me. And they, you can look it up online, they have a really good name. Samsonite, like people say, they're really good, and I think they come with something like 4 or 5 years warranty. And yeah, so there's loads and loads of things to love about it, and some things that could be improved if this was specifically made for camera equipment, but it's okay. So I mean, like I sort of work around that because I couldn't find any other solution to my my cameraman says that I think he means open the case. I will open the case in a second. Basically, what was I saying? Because I'm carrying like 25 kilograms and upwards for an entire, like if I'm going abroad for an entire day, I'm carrying this stuff, except for maybe, you know, a few hours on the airplane, but then trains and stuff just ends up being a bunch of hours carrying heavy things. Plus I have my backpack on, which is also up to 25 kilograms if, you know, my big ass low pro case backpack. So that ends up being carrying basically the weight of a small person when you put those two together. And I have weighed them, they do get to that sort of amount. So I need a case that has 4 wheels, which means that I don't hold any of the weight. I am literally just walking, and if I have a lot of stuff to carry, then I'll also have a backpack, but then I just try and put most of the heavy stuff into the case. And you know, the more expensive stuff, lenses and cameras, will go in my backpack. But when I'm carrying stuff around and all I have to do is just push it around, it's a huge difference for traveling on trains, airplanes, airports, and that kind of thing. For me, it's really important. And now, so the things that I needed from a case was a massive ass case that would hopefully take a slider and a tripod. It had to be a hard case because I have to, you know, protect the stuff. It couldn't have zips, because a lot of these cases, in most spinner cases, they have a zip along there instead of hard latches, which just makes it pretty weak. Zips are not that strong, even zips with a what do you call it? A little lock mechanism. People can still break into it. It can still open on its own just from pressure or from being thrown or whatever. Zips just weren't good enough for me. So I ended up, I spent loads of time looking, hopefully for cheaper options, which I didn't really find. I did find a fairly good option from Samsonite, price-wise, but Samsonite do have ones that go really expensive as well. I'm buying and using the lower cost options. Actually, I don't know how much this one was new, I got it used, but the new one that I'm buying it brand new, so I will have a separate review about that one as well. But basically, this one will cost you, something like this will cost you upwards of £100, and a brand new one will cost you a minimum of, if you want a big one, this sort of size, it's a minimum of about £135 for this sort of size. I think it's maybe a few inches bigger than this. And let me show you inside and let you know what I think, and let you know what I think could be improved. And actually, The main things that I think could be improved are not things that you would actually be able to find here until Samsonite, if they ever do decide to make a case specifically for photography equipment. So, okay, the case is made of hard plastic. You can still squeeze a little bit, so it's not as strong as like a Peli case or something like that, because it's not intended to be, but it does actually, it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty close for my needs. I'm not throwing this under trucks like they do for those commercials of, you know, Peli case. What I'm doing with this is I'm carrying stuff, and it just needs to hold up to people throwing it around, you know, the people who work for the airplane companies. It just needs to handle that, and then the occasional whatever, and it's strong enough to sit on while I'm waiting for, you know, the airplane, or if I'm waiting at a train station or something. Having something this strong that I can literally just put all my weight on, not worry about my gear underneath breaking. By the way, this it does push in a little bit, so it's not fully, you know, squish resistant, but pretty damn okay, you know, for what it is. And it's so this has a latch system instead of a zip. It has a system where it latches into, obviously depending on the case that you get. It has a system which latches like this from here. That connects there, and that connects there. And then it has a key. Mine came with 2 keys, which I think is the standard that you would get with this. And then the key locks it over here. And the main thing that I would have wanted, if this was a photography and video or professional equipment case, which it isn't, it's a case for like travelers. If this was a professional case for that, I would have wanted padding on the inside, which it doesn't have in order to save space and weight. And I would have wanted dividers. Those 2 things are things that I would have to make myself if I wanted to, because they're not available here. But because it has a pretty good system over here for holding things in, we've got a zip which allows me to put things like batteries, cables and things like that in the middle, and then I can put light stands and whatever, some things over here, and you know, sometimes gels and umbrellas and things like that. And then down there, I'll put the heaviest stuff. I'll put lights and tripod and various, the things that I'm taking. Slider would fit in there. With regards to a slider, you would need to check the size that you're getting to see whether a slider would fit in there. Most sliders, like getting an 85 centimeter slider to fit into one of these, isn't that easy. For example, this specific case will fit an 85 centimeter slider horizontally without the case, just about. So you just slot it in the right way and then it fits in, and that's fine. But I'm hoping that the next one I'm buying is a little bit bigger, but I'm not sure if it'll fit 100 centimeters. So that'll be in the next review. I'll let you guys know whether that larger one, which is the largest that they do as far as I can see, so I'm not sure if that one will fit slider horizontally, because they don't have exact measurements on the website. So hopefully it will. And then of course it's got these little thingies, these straps, which help a little bit. I mean, I never really found that it makes such a big difference, but obviously they do. If you do need to hold something down, then you know these do hold quite tightly to the center. This would have been nice if it didn't have these sort of things in the middle, you know, these sort of bumps. For example, like Peli cases don't have that. The wheel system and the carrying system is normally flat, so that it doesn't cause this sort of thing. But it's okay. I mean, for the price of such a huge case, for being such a good price, now I know £100 plus sounds like a lot, but that isn't a lot. Have a look at the prices of Peli cases, and you know, obviously it's not the same thing, but just for a price comparison of how much something big like this costs, it's actually pretty okay. And Samsonite do have bigger cases, which are supposed to be even stronger and even lighter. By the way, these things, the new one I think is around, I forgot, I think it's slightly lighter than this, like 5-6 kilograms. This one is 7 kilograms. So it is quite light for a hard case, but it's not as light as like a bag made of cloth. But that weight is unfortunately needed in order to give that protection to things. By the way, these corners here are very, very strong. I have taken this abroad and through flights and stuff. And one thing is the wheels are, first of all, the fact that it has a warranty just gives you confidence in the fact that if you do end up breaking something, then they'll help you replace stuff, or I'm not sure if they send you replacement parts or if they fix it for you or something. But it's good to know that they do have that warranty and that they believe in their product, and I really like that. And the wheels, I had a look online. As far as I can tell, the wheels are said to be very, very strong. And from what I've abused these quite a lot, and they are still perfect. So the wheels are supposed to be really good. And like I said, the warranty thing does mean that if you do end up needing to fix a broken wheel, then for a good bunch of years, it won't cost you any money. So next up, a few more things. Like I said, it is really, really nice to use. I can fit a lot of stuff into here. I'll give you an example of the kind of stuff I fit into this specific case. I can fit an 85 centimeter slider across that way. I'll fit a big Nitsan 535 tripod. That'll go in like that. I would have to remove the head from it to fit it in like that. And then around that, I'll be able to fit a bunch of lights. But those two things, the slider and the tripod, are like my main big things, and around that is just lighting, batteries, and other, small accessories and stands. And now, like I said, the stands would usually go in that other top compartment. And the things inside, once I've filled it up, they don't seem to ever, I never got to a shoot and found that everything's like crammed into one side, and found that like things move around or fall around inside the case. And that's because I use the cases that came with the equipment, so like the soft cases, so like the carry case for the tripod, not the slider unfortunately, because the case won't fit in there with it. But as many things as I can, lights and things like that, everything goes in its own case, which isn't ideal. I really want separators inside something like this, but to find separators that, even the cost of separators for a small case from like a Pelly case, that's expensive if you want like proper soft separators. So you could DIY some separators into here if you wanted to. Personally, I've just been putting stuff into cases, which just means opening up a few more zips to get stuff out of here, rather than just having separators already in here, like some sort of soft separators ready in there to put that in. But having the item's own soft cases, like soft carry cases, gives them, I found, like plenty of protection. Plus a hard case around them. I've never had anything break in here. Even complicated stuff like my Canova motor system, which is big and has a lot of parts, hasn't broken in here. So I've been really, really happy with it, and that's why I'm buying another one. And I really wanted to share this with you. So yeah, just let you guys know that I really like it, and hopefully you found this review helpful. And now I think a couple more things that I forgot to go over. It has a supremely strong carry handle, which I've carried with a lot of weight in here. I've carried a lot through there. It's got these little metal pieces in there. You can see that the inside of it is made from metal, which you can see when you pull it. And this thing as well, also very, very strong. I have also carried a lot of weight with that. And I like that it can stop in the middle, because for a person my height who's not huge, if it only stopped there, it wouldn't be that comfortable to sort of push it around, because it would give, because it would give a little bit too much leverage. If I wanted to push it like that, it might give a little too much leverage. Whereas when it's down here, it can easily be pushed around. And one last thing, which might be the last thing, might not be the last thing, but something which might not matter to any of you, but I find it kind of fun to spin this thing while I'm walking, because it kind of, I don't know, it's fun. I don't know if that should be said in this review, but I said it. There, I said it. And, okay, it's got a nice strong handle there, which is nice. Came with 2 keys. The wheels are good, and everything just feels nice, good quality. Something I would have liked to see in the future from Samsonite is a case that costs this much, but is as good as their really expensive cases. They have ones that cost, I think the most expensive one is almost £400 for a case this size. So hopefully they'll lower their prices of the really, you know, the ones that are super tough yet super lightweight. I would love to see those prices lowered so that we could get even, you know, even better specs on something like this. Basically, I love this. I mean, really, it's made my life so much easier for carrying stuff to work. So yeah, so hopefully you guys find this review helpful, and thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to check out my other videos and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Do you want to press the little...